Okay, if you haven't noticed by now, this is a completely different setting. We're doing something a little different. I'm taking you guys with me as I go to a couple of meetings that I have today with mostly real estate people. It's going to be a fun adventure. I kind of want to just take you guys on it. But before we get into that, as always, it's your boy, your friend, your coach, your business partner, Delano Mccrory. Let's go.
Alright. Jeez.
Okay, today we have 3 business meetings that we're gonna do. The very first one is we're meeting with a guy who's a local real estate investor. This guy has properties right now, and he says he has a lot of tips and tricks that he learned. Guys, basically how I'm meeting most of these people are I'm literally going on Facebook, Instagram and stuff, and I'm just joining groups where I can meet people. I'm going to meetups, and if someone connects and they're kind of on the same vision as me, kind of same board as me, even if they're completely different, and I meet with these people, I make I set up a meeting, and I just go out there and we have conversations, and we kind of break down real estate. So it's very simple. You can do this with your local area. It's just go out there, start going to meetups, start going to businesses, and seeing who you can talk to, who you connect. Listen, you don't have to be in real estate to do the same thing either. You can either be in a different industry. If you're a coffee brand, go to your local coffee shop, start talking with the owners, talking with the people who work there, and seeing how you can connect with them and learn from them. So let's get it. I'll see you guys again after this first meeting. Let's go. Okay, first meeting, very successful. The guy didn't have too long, so we didn't really get into talking too much, but this guy was really cool. He was really down to earth. He kind of told me what areas to avoid out here. He told me what to kind of look for and how to work with people. Basically, he recommended that you do a lot of work of your initial people first. So he said, if you're bringing on people and you're having people work with you, do the hard work of really making sure that that person is a fit for your brand and your business and where you want to go, and making sure that that person aligns with that goal so that way you can push you forward. He mentioned that he didn't do this in the past, and it really cost him a lot of time with contractors, a lot of time with renovators, a lot of time with people coming to manage his properties, and they end up either stealing from him or end up not working out. So it really cost him more money in the beginning than in the long run. So that's just really what he kind of broke down. He said he wanted to get lunch again. It was really just a coffee quick thing with this guy. I'm going to send him an email, and hopefully we can get into some of his properties, kind of tour it, kind of show you guys around, and then see what else he wants to talk about. And maybe we can even have him do a couple of deals. Remember, I'm going to take you guys through absolutely everything as we do this, and kind of just walk you through the entire process of starting a business, being in real estate investment, and just growing from there. And hopefully you guys like it and enjoy it. So now we're going to go to our second appointment. This guy is someone that I met from work, and he is a real estate, he's a realtor, but he also is getting into investing and different things like that. So after I meet up with you guys, after I meet up with him, I'll come back to you guys, and we're kind of just break down what he taught us and what we have looking forward. Okay, meeting 2 completed. This guy was really cool, and he gave us a lot of information. Younger investor, younger realtor guy, probably around my age, and he really just broke down the game. Like we talked for 2, maybe 3 hours, and it was really good. He gave us knowledge. He gave us areas to invest in. Now he's out of state, so he's in the town up, which is Wisconsin, which is pretty close to Illinois. And so the drive wasn't that bad, or wasn't that long, but he specializes in duplex and areas and stuff down there. He really broke down the nuances from a realtor standpoint and how he looks at real estate investing. He is really big into playing the long game. He suggested that you stack your cash and you just buy one property at a time and just keep going from there. Again, that is nothing wrong with that. That's absolutely great. That's awesome. And I hope to actually get a couple of deals going with him as well. He seemed like he wanted to be interested if we bring him some good deals and kind of do our research and stuff like that. He gave us a resource for a couple of apps to pull up. Again, nothing wrong with taking the long route of like building one at a time. But again, I want to be very aggressive, and I want to go for bigger style stuff. I want to go for bigger units. So that's kind of my approach that we're going to take with this. Again, no slight to him. He literally like broke down the game, taught me a lot of stuff, kind of broke down the nuances of like how the loans work and different things like that. I'll probably make a separate video on that, just so I can break down some of the stuff that he said to me, so that way you guys will know it and just be familiar with it. But yeah, no, great guy. He had a beautiful house, which is expected from a guy who is in real estate, which again, would be super cool to have a super dope place, and then actually have the skills to actually get that place once you actually get involved in real estate investing. So now I have one more meeting later tonight, and I'm super excited about this one, because this is a lady and her husband who have a bigger portfolio. They do out-of-state investing. So they're all over the US, kind of with their places that they have and with their buildings and different things like that. So I'm expected to learn a lot from them. But just going back to this one, this is the main points that this guy brought up that I would love to share with you guys. So one, if you are interested in the long game, stack your cash. Get your cash, get you a nest egg that's really gonna help you build up. Try to spend minimal money and really invest that into it. And then also look for deals while you're doing it. Again, try to look for someone that you trust to be a partner with you, so that way you can go into multiple deals. Be smart with your money. Make sure that you're budgeting and that you know that your money is going to the side. He's really heavy on making sure that you have great credit score, so that way your loans can be lower, and then that way you can have better conversations and better things with the bank. So if you're interested in playing the long game, and then he also said start off slow. So start off with maybe a duplex or a triplex, and start there, and then work your way up into the bigger, heavier units. So if you're interested and you want to take that route, by all means, definitely do that. Definitely try to play the long game, and realize that you need to stack your cash and get it to the point where you can have it, and then really build those relationships with the banks and build those relationships with your local network, so that way you can utilize a lot of those resources and different things that they have. So that's basically, I'm gonna talk to you guys. It's probably gonna be a little later, because this is a dinner meetup that we're gonna go to, and then eventually we're going to get into what they say and just kind of breaking it down for you guys. If the lighting and stuff doesn't work here, I'll either probably go into the house, so I probably won't be at this same location, but I'll let you guys know, and then we'll figure it out from there. But let me say this, since I still have you guys, before we go to this last meeting. You got to understand yourself. Again, when I meet these people, when I meet these investors, I can't allow them to switch up the mindset that I want to take and where I want to go with my dreams and goals. And again, that's not saying that anybody else is wrong. Anybody's pathway is better than the other when it comes to investing in entrepreneurship. But I want to make sure that you're confident in where you want to go and where you want to be. If your plan is to buy 16 businesses in a year, again, I also recommend that you start slow. But if that's your goal and that's your plan, start going to mentors and people who you are networking with, who've done that or who are trying to do that. So that way you can have a common group of people who are thinking the way you think. Does that mean that we don't invest and we don't go to the groups where people are trying to do 1 deal a year or 2 deals a year? No, by no means. You still have a lot to learn from both parties. But what I'm saying is, realize where you want to be and realize where you're trying to go, so that way you can stay in that same lane to focus and push yourself there. Now, sometimes you're going to have dreams that are just way too big and way too out there. And sometimes you're going to have a mentor or someone saying, hey, slow it down, do the baby steps before you get there. So realize that, but still push yourself to do the things that you feel like you're comfortable with and that you're doing. Now, again, remember we talked about mindset last week. We talked about having the ability to outthink your current situation and outthink where you think you can be. But that being said, we have to think smart as into what we can actually accomplish in this time, and then also think to ourselves of knowing what your work ethic is and the time that you have to dedicate to whatever you're building and whatever you're doing. So for example, if you're a person that's really good with paperwork and organizing, but you're not really good at talking to people, you might have a skill of where you can send more emails to get more leads, or send more emails to get these owners to come and talk to you or build a relationship via that way. Versus if you're somebody who loves the concrete and you love having conversations and you love driving and going to these places to physically talk to these people, you'll be able to make more deals and make more leads by actually getting out there and having conversations with people. That's super important as a business person, to realize what your strengths are and then maximize on those. It doesn't mean that you can't build other strengths along the way, but at least you know where your tipping point is and what your heavy strengths are, so that way you can utilize it to the best of your ability. So remember that as you're going into these deals, as you're building relationships, where's your strength and where can you connect with these people, so that way you can make more deals, make more offers, build better programs. Realize that about yourself. Okay. So we got one more. I'm going to break it down for you guys. This last deal, I think this one's going to offer a lot of value. And again, we're going to continue these relationships. I'm going to continue to take you guys outside of the actual house and outside of the actual chair. And we're going to actually start doing some deals and doing some more meetups. And then when I get more comfortable, I'll start actually busting out the camera and getting in these one-on-one situations with you guys, so that way you can see everything that's going on in this area. For now, since we're just starting though, we're going to do it this way. Car talks. All right. So one more and then I'll hit you guys up. Let's go. Okay. 3 things that I learned from the meeting yesterday. Yes, I know, different outfit, same hat, because today is the next day. I literally was so pumped after that meeting. I literally went home and I literally just got straight to work. That's literally what I did. So basically the things that I learned yesterday was just, well, first let's talk about the couple that I met. They're husband and wife, real estate team, and they're just absolutely killing it. They have properties literally all over the South and Midwest, and they are literally just crushing the game. And so it was really good to actually get an opportunity to sit down and talk with them and just go through a lot of the questions that I had as a real estate investor. And I'm really looking forward to just, having them as kind of like mentors, having them as people, like as friends, just to go to with questions and different things like that. And it was just absolutely fun. And I learned so much. That's why I was like, literally when I got home, I literally just went straight into the house and literally started working. Like, I started making posts. I started like networking. I started like answering emails just because I was just so pumped. But one of the things they taught me is just networking and how important it is. And I love that they said that, because that's something that on this channel we talk about a lot, and that we actually like dive into and just try to do to the best of our ability. So that was really good that they were headed that way. And they said it's okay to start big, which is something that also I really want to do. And they really stress having the right teams and having the right people that you trust, because once you get into these deals, and this is like for business or real estate, once you get into these deals, like you're actually like dating or married to that person deal wise for whatever extended time you have. If it's a 20-year business, if it's a short-term thing, whatever it is, you're literally married to that person. So make sure that you just really agree with the people and you have the same morals and you have the same standards as the people that you're working with, because they can literally break or make the deals that you guys do. So that is really important, and that's something that I really want to focus on moving forward. The other thing they said was to really just be a student of the game. They said continue to learn, because you don't know it all. You don't even know half the stuff. And they said when they were like me, just starting off, they thought they knew pretty much everything there was to like actual investing and stuff like that. But then now where they're at, almost like 10 years in, they said they realized they didn't know nothing. And so that's what I want to stress to you guys and stress to myself is be a student of the game. Continue to learn, continue to work with people, and be willing to be humble. Be willing to say that you don't know, or to ask questions and get in there and get your hands dirty. And then the last thing that they really stressed and said was, just get comfortable with the uncomfortable, because they said you're gonna have to go and to make conversations, you're gonna have to go and correct people, you're gonna have to go and do things within business and real estate that sometimes is not comfortable. You're gonna have to talk about money, you're gonna have to talk about finances, you might have to fire some people, you may have to get on some people's butt about things that they're not doing or they're not completing, and you have to have that toughness and that ability to do that. Do it from a place of love, but also realize that this is a business and everyone has to make money. When you do these bigger deals, they say that you're not just in charge of your income, but you're in charge of 20 plus people's income. You're in charge of your team's income. So you really have to be and act as a leader in order to make these things happen and to make them work the way you need them, so that way you can keep everybody employed and you can make sure everybody's having money. So I'm super excited. I hope you guys kind of like this in the car kind of on the go thing. Like, again, I said, as soon as I get comfortable with it, I'm gonna start actually filming this stuff and try to hire someone to help me film and help me edit, so that way we can get videos out to you guys a lot more. But so excited that we got to do this. We're gonna knock it down. We're gonna keep building. I'm gonna keep teaching you guys everything that I know, so you guys can build your businesses and do everything like that. And just we're gonna get wealthy together. We're gonna build together, and we're just gonna make it awesome. So go ahead and comment below what business you guys have, or if you have any questions, I would love to answer them. And then check out the Instagram. You guys know that we're also doing some different content and different things up there. I have different highlights that I don't show here on there. So as always, let's get to work. Let's be great. Let's go make this happen. Let's go.